Talk to him. Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
All right, let's go to the reaction video. Hating ass niggas. I ain't fucking with y'all today. Me and the chat into it today. Not you, Soft Rain. You good. Let's see. Let's go to the reaction. We sliding over to Corey Holcomb. He got some interesting takes on transactional relationships. Instead of watching it, I just got to the part where he brought it up and then stopped it so I could do an authentic reaction for you cowboy hating ass people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about Corey Holcomb, transactional relationships. Let's see what's going on with it.
He always got something great to say. But listen, I want to say to the ladies, you're going to have to deal with this, because even though I'm saying it now, even though I joked about it on Cam Newton's show, this is what America is about to turn into. Men all over America, you should really listen to me, especially if you have something to lose. Marriage is the old model. Your relationships with most, I would say 80% of the women in America should be transactional. Let me say that again. I'm talking to all men. 80% of the women you deal with in America, the relationship should be transactional. 20% of the women in America are worth trying to build with, but the other 80%, you should have a totally transactional relationship with them, because we don't know how to pick a woman. Let me explain something to y'all. Corey Holcomb,
Before he gives his explanation as to why he came up with this 80-20 and how 80% of the women should be dealt with transactionally in America and 20% are fit to, I guess, be wives. How y'all feel about that, chat? Don't get quiet now. Y'all had so much to say about the Cowboys during the sports section. What y'all think about this? Do you feel that men should make the adjustment to the modern woman by the way of engaging in primarily transactional relationships? Let me know what y'all think. I'm going to let Corey give his explanation.
likes to go to the strip club every once in a while. Do you know why I like going to the strip club every once in a while? Because I am absolutely blown away and fascinated looking at all of the female bodies. When you don't look at that all the time, when you're not around it all of the time, you are blown away looking at all of the female bodies in the strip club. I actually like that I'm not used to it.
And there's a couple of good
I
reasons.
enjoy looking at them so much. It's like it's so fascinating to look at all of the different human bodies. But check this out. I wouldn't pick a stripper to be my real girl. Now, this way it goes to what I'm talking about. We don't know how to pick a real woman. Corey Holcomb would look at the strippers as if they are not to be chosen as the real girl. But let me tell you something. The women I've chose to be the real girls are worse than the strippers. I get more honesty from the strippers. The women who I have tried to build with have all lied to me. The women who I have tried to build with have told me I'm no good because I have been a philanderer. A philanderer is a guy who messes with different women. I have been that. But when I dig deep into the women that I have been in serious relationships with, they're all scumbags.
Damn. Sheesh. All right, chat. Let's see what y'all talking about. Goodness gracious. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let me go up a little bit. Cortez said classic versus the chat is a good rivalry. Shit, it wasn't that until today, huh? Who from Philly and got a lined up beard? Nobody. He said he can't beat the chat. Shit, I just kicked y'all ass. I get the last word. Didn't you know? Didn't you know? I get the last word. Yeah, I can crash out and just cut this mug off. I ain't gonna do that though. Let's see. It was transactional, all right. I supplied the eggplant, and they brought the cat. Soft Rain said, people got their hand out. It's a what can you do for me society. How did we get there, Soft Rain, in your opinion? No wrong answers. Trippy said it should be, but since society in the US is woman oriented, then I can't see it being an actual thing. Well, Trippy, let me push back a little bit. Don't you feel like it's primarily transactional now? Don't you think we've already shifted into that? You just got men that are trying to settle down with these women who are primarily superficial? Or no? Let me know. I'm here to have a conversation. Joe Jet said, basically, yeah, but it's complex. To keep it simple, comparison is the thief of joy. You don't have to do everything to see what you like. It actually ruins you. I agree. Trippy, men gonna have to set a real standard and stick by it for marriage. This will have women choose what side they want to be on. I thought God set the standard though already. Well, that's over with. We not doing that no more. Correct me if I'm wrong. Podcast says sounds like all to me. Here you go. Here you go. Cortez said it is transactional as a whole. Elaborate on that, Cortez. Elaborate on that.
And I look at the stripper like the stripper is nothing. But I'm telling you, the women that I've been in relationships with, when you really break down how they try to make it seem like I'm bad and they're good, when I dig into who they are, I find out, oh, this is a dirtbag. I've been in relationships where a woman will hide what she has, but take everything I have.
Damn. Yeah, that's a leech right there. That's the definition of a leech. Joe said, if you want that man, then you won't have standards. If you don't want the man, then you'll have him jump through hoops or make interactions transactional. That's yeah, I think I've discussed that before. I said that that's evil. Like when women know that they're not actually interested in a guy, but they still accept things from him, whether it's his time, his resources, a combination of his time and resources, etc. I think that's evil. You know what I mean? And I think it's disingenuous to say the least. Trippy said it is transactional, but it's an under the table type of thing where nobody wants to actually admit it. If it became official, then romance movies wouldn't hit the same for these women. I didn't look at it through the lens of how it would impact entertainment. Pretty Woman still sold good though. Pretty Woman was still a box seller, right? A box office seller. Pretty Woman was a box seller. She was though, wasn't she?
Classic.
That was an honest mistake. But yeah, as far as him saying deal with 80% of American women transactionally and like 20% are fit to like build with or be taken seriously, I have to say, I mean, I can't really go against what he's saying because I feel like I've been saying it on my content since we started doing this. Like wives have always been rare. First and foremost, they've always been the lesser, right? There's more women than wives, but 80-20, I think it's probably a little more rare than that, honestly, these days, especially with the economy being where it is. You got a lot of women that's dealing with men out of straight lack, right? So, I mean, I don't know. It's tricky, though, for him. I mean, I know he just threw out ballpark figures. He don't have no way to substantiate it. It's just a theory for him. But shit, I think it's just how it's become. He's just telling men to just adjust to it and get with the program because that's what it is now. Lisa said, shout out to Lisa in the chat.
Classic.
Chat 333 filing in. A lot of women already treat relationships as transactional. Yep, that's what I was saying. Yep, I agree. Correct me if I'm wrong, podcast. If it's not all, why was Pretty Woman so successful? I mean, so was The Notebook, though, dog.
Classic.
Come on, McBride. Come on. You got something better than that. Pretty Woman was successful, but so was The Notebook. So was Jason's Lyric. So was, you know what I'm saying? Love movies do just as good as hoe movies. Lisa said she definitely was a box seller. Facts.
Classic.
She was selling that thing for the high too. It was not on clearance. Trippy said also, it depends on what we mean by transaction, because any relationship has some sort of transaction to it. Nobody gonna do things without expecting something in return, to be honest. True. I think Corey Holcomb is talking about like upfront, right? So not a mutual exchange in regards to so what you describing, Trippy, is more so about like reciprocity and mutual exchange and being on one accord. I think that's what you describing more so than transactional. Transactional is more so like female out in the dough. She letting you know, like, hey, my rent is whatever amount, my phone is this much, my hair and nails is this much, you know, my this, that, and the third is this much. Like, if you're gonna rock with me, I need to have an understanding of like what you can take care of. Like, what load are you taking off? They could just come in the dough with that. And you come in the dough with shit. Okay, well, based on what you just told me, I probably could fuck with your hair and nails once a month like that. And, you know, maybe put some on your lights, but you know, how much coochie that's going to get me for the month. You know what I'm saying? And you just had a conversation just like that, like literally haggling for that thing. That's what I think Corey getting at. Just make it off the rip. Cause Corey talk a lot about leaving a little money on the dresser for her. You know what I'm saying? He talk a lot about that. Just flat out paying for it. I'll tell you what, though, it's been proven that countries where prostitution, because I can't say the real word, countries where prostitution is legalized have lower crime rates in regards to actual related crimes. You know what I'm saying? They have lower crime rates because a lot of the creeps and the freaks and the perverts, they could just go pay for it. They ain't got to snatch nobody into a dark alley. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that I've already said that America should probably consider legalizing. They legalize all type of other bullshit. You might as well legalize something that's going to make it, you know, a safer environment for the 304s of the world and a safer and a less tricky environment for the men who don't have good luck with women. They could just come out their pockets and get what they need. Correct me if I'm wrong, podcast said he's saying pick your 304 like I said. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. Cortez said pretty woman is an example. They believe they can live however and still deserve the top of the hill. I mean, some of them get it though. It's just, I think the issue now is you just got a lot more people that are playing the lottery, right? Like the odds of a woman having a super duper promiscuous past and then being able to overcome that and still get like a high earning, what we call high value or a top tier caliber man to come from that past and then end up in that situation, you playing the Powerball. And I think a lot of chicks, they see one woman do it or see two women do it and they like, oh, that could be me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, that's, again, it's like the lottery. How many people play versus how many people win? You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just a lot of people out here playing the lottery. Cortez said, correct me if I'm wrong, podcast said, she was a 304 in The Notebook too. Might want to rewatch. I never watched The Notebook, nigga. I just know it was a love story. You know what I'm saying? I never watched The Notebook. Do I look like I watched The Notebook, bro?
Classic.
Matter of fact, do I talk like I watched The Notebook, bro?
Classic.
I'm not watching no fucking Notebook. That's y'all ass at the crib simping watching that bullshit. I'm not watching that shit. Trippy said, I mean, with these AI robots coming out, this transaction shit might change by force. A X-bot might change the game up completely. Oh, we already talked about it. It's a wrap. Once they get them joints all the way down, like y'all seen the movie with Megan Fox, the movie with Megan Fox where she was supposed to be like a little robot lady and shit, and she was seducing them and all that. When they get them robots looking real, and them motherfuckers don't say no, you know how many dudes gonna go ahead and just drop 40,000 and never have to tell nobody to shut up again? Come on, man. You know how many dudes gonna drop that 40? I'm not into it, but I know it's a whole bunch of people that are. I bet you it's a market for it. The first ones that come out, they're gonna be super expensive. Then China gonna reverse engineer them joints on my mama, and they gonna have them for 20,000. Every incel you know gonna have two of them at the house. I'm talking about having too much fun on the nightly. You understand me? It's about to be a wrap. All these back talking, insubordinate, disobedient, submission is a bad word to me as females finna be out of luck. They're gonna have to go with each other.
We'll go to court to take everything I have, but hide everything they have. But the stripper bitches I fuck with, I'm able to communicate with and get what I want, long as I come up with what they want. This is what I'm saying. This is why America is so messed up right now. You are better off in a transactional relationship than being in a relationship with somebody where you put trust into them by allowing yourself to be married to them. Because when you allow yourself to be married to them, if you don't know by now, I don't know what rock you're crawling from under, you're entering a contract with the state. Marriage used to be between man, woman, God. Now, when you get a marriage certificate, the state owns you, your wife, your kids, your property, everything, and they distribute it as they will. That's why you shouldn't get married. It's an old motto. You should have a woman or women you deal with, and it is transactional until you find that 20% that might be a queen worth merging with. But it's very rare that you're going to find a queen in this hot mess of insincerity.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I think we got what we need from Corey, but I will agree with him on the fact that wives have always been rare. They've always been the minority amongst females, the wife type, but they are significantly more rare today. And I definitely, that's the closing agreement that I'm gonna make with him on that. Some of the other details in regards to like just how venomous, you know, the other 80%, in his words, the other 80% of women are. I think there's levels to it all across the spectrum. He said, LOL, hey man, I've been a cake. That movie will get shorty where you want her. Listen, man, I heard The Notebook is a great cuddle movie. You know what I mean? The female be crying and vulnerable when it's over and you can land the deal. Awesome. I'm not doing all that shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not sitting down watching The Notebook because for the sake of simping and shit. But you know, you've been married for over a decade, my boy. So you got to do what you got to do, champ. I ain't sitting down watching that bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, man, that was Corey Holcomb on transactional relationships. He feels like that's gonna be the saving grace for the climate. But we shall see. If you watch this on the rewatch, the edited version of this video, jump in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about his notion. And let's have a conversation about it so we can crack these codes for sure, for sure.
I know you see me trying to crack the code.
Yes, Lord. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold.